A Coppers Cove couple has been arrested for abandoning a child. Police say the mother moved out of the home while her 12-year-old child was at school. I'm Bailey Bates. Here are your headlines from Central Texas. A Coppers Cove couple has been arrested for abandoning a child. Police say the mother moved out of the home while her 12-year-old child was at school. The child's mother, Erica Sanders, and her boyfriend, Kevin Adams, are charged with abandoning a child. According to an arrest affidavit, the boy returned home from school last Friday to find the apartment completely empty. When officers contacted the couple, they did not provide an address and said the boy was not allowed to live with them. Under CPS order, police tracked down an address and the boyfriend picked up the child. Both are now being held in the Coryell County Jail.
He dropped his backpack inside the doorway, expecting the same normal routine. A snack, a little TV, maybe some homework if life felt unfair. But instead, he stepped into a silence so heavy it didn't feel real. The house was empty, not messy, not chaotic, just gone. His entire home stripped to the bones. No laughter, no furniture, no voices, no family. A 12-year-old boy walked into the place he trusted most in the world, only to realize he had been left behind. Not by fate, not by tragedy, but by the two people who were supposed to love him more than anyone alive. This is the story of a child abandoned in Coppers Cove, Texas. A boy who came home from school to find that his mother and her boyfriend had packed up, moved away, and vanished from his life without a goodbye, without a warning, and without a soul. Think back to when you were 12. Your world was small and safe, school, friends, routines, and the one place on earth that was supposed to be your anchor home. Now imagine walking into that home and realizing you no longer have one. That is more than neglect. That is emotional violence. You didn't misplace a child. You didn't forget a chore. You erased a human being from your life and hoped the world wouldn't notice. The boy didn't panic. He didn't scream. He did what no child should ever have to do. He went to a neighbor and asked for help. A 12-year-old showed more maturity in crisis than two fully grown adults. When police arrived, they learned the boy lived on Primrose Drive with his mother, Erica Renee Sanders, and her boyfriend, Kevin Dwayne Adams. The couple had apparently talked about moving, but never told the boy when or even if they would take him. Instead, they chose their exit, and they chose to leave him behind. When officers contacted the couple, their excuse was almost insulting. They claimed the boy was supposed to stay with an uncle. But when police asked for the uncle's information, they refused to provide it. And when investigators finally found the uncle themselves, he said he knew nothing. No plan, no arrangement, no conversation, nothing. Understand what that means. They didn't just leave this child alone. They lied about it. They tried to cover it. They tried to leave a child in the world like misplaced luggage and just keep going. Police say the couple also refused to give their new address to Child Protective Services, which tells you everything. If you had a loving home waiting for your child, you'd give the address instantly. They didn't, because there wasn't one. Neighbors told investigators the couple had kicked the boy out multiple times in the past. Not once, not twice, multiple times. This wasn't impulsive. This was a pattern. A gradual emotional eviction leading up to a final abandonment. In Texas, child abandonment is a felony, up to 10 years in prison. But ask yourself, what is 10 years compared to the damage done to a child's psyche? Because furniture can be replaced, trust cannot. Texas law defines abandonment as leaving a child in a situation where they might face harm with no plan to return. That is exactly what happened here. And the punishment does not match the crime. A child abandoned by a parent does not simply move on. A child doesn't tell themselves they were bad people. No, a child tells themselves, I was not worth staying for. Trauma at that age rewires the brain. It becomes insecurity, fear of attachment, distrust, people-pleasing, anxiety, depression, and abandonment wounds that follow someone into adulthood. And for what? Because mom wanted a new life, because the boyfriend found the child inconvenient. Erica Renee Sanders and Kevin Dwayne Adams chose selfishness over humanity, convenience over responsibility, and their excuses make it worse. According to investigators, Adams complained at length about the boy during questioning, as if a child's existence was an inconvenience to his comfort, as if the trauma he caused wasn't enough. He had to be annoyed by it, being held accountable for it. I need you to hear this clearly. Children are not optional. Parenting is not a hobby. And if you can walk away from your own child like that, you don't deserve the title parent at all. Officers arrested both Sanders and Adams. They were charged with abandoning or endangering a child without intent to return. Prosecutors in Coryell County are reviewing the case, and investigators say the child is now safe and in the care of child welfare officials. And thank God for that, because sometimes the system fails kids, but this time at least someone stepped in. If stories like this frustrate you as much as they frustrate me, make sure you subscribe to the Guardian File and hit that like button so more people can become aware of cases like this. All right, let's go even deeper. Parents don't abandon children by accident. This behavior comes from selfishness, cowardice, and emotional emptiness. You have to be hollow to leave behind someone you created. You have to be broken to look at a child and feel nothing. I don't believe in giving people like this second chances, not when you cross this line. You don't accidentally abandon your child. You don't oops your way into emotional destruction. You chose it. These two should never be allowed near that child again. They should face the full force of prison time and not minimums, maximums. Yes, the boy is safe, but safety doesn't erase memory. A wound like this shapes the rest of a life, and the people who caused it should pay for it. Some crimes leave bruises, others leave scars no X-ray can detect. This story is the latter. And it is a reminder that some children don't need protection from strangers, they need protection from their own parents. The justice system better do its job, because abandoning your child isn't a mistake. It's a message, and that message is unforgivable. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Should parents who abandon their children face harsher penalties? I want to hear from you. And if you want more stories exposing injustice and protecting those who can't defend themselves, subscribe to the Guardian File. Until next time, stay aware, stay alert, and protect the ones who can't protect themselves.